Family, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys show us that love. Hit the like. I appreciate all of you guys. And in the last video, I got a lot of comments that I was just replying to right now. And it was pretty much about the RM live stream where he was talking a lot about, just what he's going through, the amount of pressure that he was feeling during, the coming season of BTS coming back in 2026 of March. And we were talking about how he felt very pressured and there was a lot of things that were going through his mind and how everybody's grown. He doesn't need to be, pretty much babying them because they're all grown men now. So, we were just discussing all of that and I was seeing the comments and I'm like, I don't think you guys really understood what he was saying and what he was expressing. And we need to be careful about that because I'm gonna call you guys out low key a little bit on it. If we're not gonna allow someone like RM to be able to express himself, and be vulnerable, and for people that to just take little clips and make stories out of that, that's gonna be a big issue, because after we saw the long form video, I actually went ahead and went to go see the Hybe translation video. And I felt like a lot of the stuff that he was saying is the stuff that we pretty much hit. Yes, we do, put ourselves in a lot of those perspectives only because in this channel, we like to, give you guys examples of the things that he says that literally implement and apply to every single one of us in our everyday lives. So, with that being said, don't get annoyed at things like that. It's just, it's just the relatability that I'm trying to show you guys that, what he's going through in a high level, we literally go through on our level. So we need to understand RM, especially as a human, not as an idol, but as a human. So with that being said, I do want to check out this other video that Hybe just dropped. This one is going to be a Hybe reaction. So I'm excited about this. We're going to check out like the first 15 minutes or so where he's talking about how now RM is apologizing. And if you guys saw the whole video that we did, we literally said, watch, he's going to do this live and then he's going to realize everything he said is going to get clipped up. He's going to apologize for what he said. And little do you know, we have an apology from RM when in all actuality, he does not need to apologize to anybody for expressing himself and being, a little vulnerable on Weverse. Like, I don't understand, how complicated it is for people to be okay with someone to just let them express themselves. It's okay to express yourself. You don't need to be, like, hey, clip that. Like, we're going to go ahead and run with this story. They're going to dismantle. That's all I kept seeing on Twitter, on Instagram. Like, that's all the clips I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anything of him speaking highly. Like him trying to say, hey, like, we have this done, we're working on this, and things like that. Like, why does he have to come back and apologize? So with that being said, we're gonna check out this video. And I do apologize, I do have one screen right now because we just upgraded the PC. Thank you to God and the hard work that he gives me the strength to be able to do. But finally. But let's go ahead and get it.
Hello everyone. We have a few things to go through in this video. First of all, I want to talk about this Weverse post that Namjoon RM shared on Weverse community. So I will read it and translate for you, and I will read and translate some of the Korean comments that I found on social media in
Let's see.
response to what RM wrote, the nice ones. Okay, and then I'm gonna share two articles that I found online today that Korean media published. So one about BTS receiving award, like a presidential award, and then
Ooh, that's something big. See, that is something that should be talked about. That is something that should definitely be talked about right there.
I found only one article covering BTS Angpangman ranking #1 on iTunes.
Hmm.
So I will share that with you.
Yeah, you see, the negative is beating the positive. The negative is beating the positive, and just the same way that people misunderstood what RM was talking about on that live stream, is exactly what's going on with everybody. It seems like it's like people are not listening to what he's saying. And Highboy definitely said it best. He went ahead and translated everything that Namjoon was talking about on his live stream. And we got to see exactly what we were saying. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Even though the translations you guys said was bad, we kind of understood from the hits and points that he was saying of the amount of frustration that he was feeling in that video. So I just felt like it was a little bit taken out of context when it came down to what he was trying to really express. So, and it sucks that there's only one positive thing that's been out as of then, because right now, like I said, all I'm seeing is the breakup of BTS. I see nothing else but that. When in the full live, that's not what he even said at all. Like, he did say that, but then he quickly changed that and was talking about the reasoning why he said that and stuff like that. So it just doesn't make sense.
And then V also did a live stream pretty briefly today. So I will talk about that. And that's it. I might briefly react to the video that Bangtan TV uploaded 3 days ago. And I didn't get to watch it when it was first uploaded because, we had a lot going on for the past 3 days. And when I was watching it, I was like, man, like, I cannot believe that there are some people complaining that BTS is not doing enough given what we've been having in
Yeah.
terms of contents
Yeah.
for the past year. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's start here.
Crazy.
RM wrote, first, let me read it in Korean just to show you how it would sound if we were to say it in Korean. 이틀 전 라이브로 많은 아미들 피로하게 해드린 것 같아 죄송합니다. 걱정해주시는 연락 많이 받았습니다. 키지 말걸 후회되는데 그냥 답답한 마음이 앞섰습니다. 미안합니다. He added that crying emoji. That's sad. 조금만 예쁘게 봐주십시오. 음악이나 만들고 같이 안무 연습 열심히 하고 새 컨텐츠 고민이나 하고 잘 자고 그러고 살겠습니다.
I'm waiting for it.
주행 시험은 곧 치고 어제 주행 연습 스티커 붙이고 코스 4개 다 돌았습니다. 무섭습니다. 사고 안 났습니다. 그리고 어제는 성류의 빛깔 영화를 봤고 집 인테리어가 다 끝나서 곧 반년 만에 다시 집으로 들어갑니다. 나중에 다 꾸미고 소개할게요. 눈오리 만들려고 집게 꺼냈는데 다 녹아버렸습니다. 너무 추운데 따시게 입으시고 감기 걸리시면 안 됩니다. 그럼 이만. He wrote, 2 days ago, during my life, I think I ended up tiring a lot of ARMY, and I'm sorry for that. I got many messages from people worried about me. I regret turning it on, but my frustration got the better of me.
You see, and I think as someone that appreciates an artist, we need to make them feel that it's okay to express themselves, not to, make them feel uncomfortable and not want to turn on their live stream. It's like, we want to hear what you got to say. It's okay. You're a human, like I said. If you got something that's on your chest, let it out. It's better to let it out.
I'm sorry. Please be a little gentle with me.
Damn.
조금만 예쁘게 봐주십시오. Yeah, please be a little gentle with me. Or what he's trying to say is that, do not be too harsh on me. 예쁘게 봐주십시오. Or I'm just frustrated because he has to say this. You know what I'm saying? Because his live stream was a lot of people took bits and pieces, like out of context,
Yeah.
from his live stream, and then grilled him again. Many of those people are antis pretending to be fans, but some fans actually did that.
What?
Especially
What?
he talked about he You know what? Sorry. Let me translate the post first, okay? 2 days ago during my live, I think I ended up tiring a lot of army, and I'm sorry for that. I got many messages from people worried about me. I regret turning it on, but my frustration got the better of me. I'm sorry. Please be a little gentle with me. I'll just focus on making music, practicing choreography with the members, thinking about new content, sleeping well, and living my life properly.
Hmm.
I'm taking the driving test soon. Yesterday, I put on the practice sticker and drove through all 4 routes. It was scary, but I didn't crash.
Yeah. You see, and when he was talking about stuff like that and just making light of things and just, it's okay to smile. It's okay to feel joy for him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, like he said, like High Boy said, they took this out of context and they took it as like something so devastating, so horrible. And it's like, bro, like, are you guys listening to what he's saying? He's literally just letting you guys know. Like, there was a point where he was gonna say something so deep that it seemed like he just completely did a 180 on us and was like, oh, my hands are cold, and he never got back to it. So it's like he's just letting us know some stuff. It's not like he's trying to come on, man. Like, he's just letting us know some stuff. We need to understand that.
And
That's it.
yesterday, I watched the movie The Color of what is this? 성류의 빛깔. 성류의 성류의 빛깔. Oh, The Color of, how do you read this? Sorry.
Pomegranates.
성류. It's a fruit, right? Pomegranate. Okay, it's a classic movie. Seems like
Interesting.
1969. All right,
What?
portraying events in the life of the 18th century Armenian poet and musician Sayat Nova from childhood up to his death. The movie addresses in particular his relationships with women, including his muse. All right, I might check it out. It was released in November 2025 in Korea. So he watched that.
Wow.
And my home interior is finally finished. So I'll be moving back in after 6 months. I'll show you once everything is set up. I took out the mold to make a snow duck, but the snow had already melted. It's really cold, so dress warm and do not catch a cold. That's all for now. 그럼이만, he wrote. On December 9th, 2025 at around 8 p.m., 8:14 p.m. And RM is known for revising his text again and again multiple times.
Yeah. And that's something else that we spoke about in the video that we did, where we mentioned and we called it out even before he even said it, that he's an overthinker. He overthinks a lot of the stuff that he does. That's why he can't sleep. And because, we were, laughing a little bit about it, because my wife literally is the same type of person. It's like people take it so out of context, man. It's like, do you guys watch the whole video, or like what's going on here? Because I feel like the ones that are leaving those kind of comments on our videos, personally, they see something they don't like, they stop it, and then they leave. It's like, bro, you're literally the problem. You're literally the same kind of people that are going against someone like him, because you're seeing something, you're taking that little clip and you're running with it. It's like, why don't you listen to the whole thing? And I'm calling out a lot of people on that last video, and I'm not even playing. Like, it's so crazy because a lot of people talk about protecting, but it's like, these are the same people that are literally watching something and take that and run with it. Like, it doesn't make sense. What are you talking
Um,
about?
especially when it comes to Weverse community messages.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, someone noticed that he changed the object in the first sentence from 분들 into 아미들. 분들 refers to just general public, like him saying, I think I ended up tiring a lot of people. But then he changed the sentence into saying, I think I ended up tiring a lot of army.
Mm-hmm.
What does that
I see.
imply? Well, it's up to interpretation. Meaning he probably looked at a lot of different reactions from
Mm-hmm.
different people, whether army or other people. But he decided to specifically refer to army. But I'm like, here are some nice comments, or someone who was frustrated on behalf of RM. This person said, Namjuna, don't listen to nonsense or awful comments. You don't need to care about people who have no intention of communicating with you sincerely.
Mm-hmm.
There are way more army who listen to you and understand your heart. Whenever you feel like it, turn on a live and talk to us comfortably. We will take care of the bad ones. Hang in there. 나쁜 놈들 우리가
You see what I'm saying? Exactly my point. Exactly what I just said. If even Army is doing this, they need to stop. They really need to stop, because this is going to be the reason why these idols are not going to want to be on Weverse and go live anymore and express themselves. They're going to not give us those little details, because if you really think about it, like I said, that video was literally him expressing himself, the frustrations, the amount of pressure that he's feeling for the next year, like everyone asking him, all of these questions, and there's a lot that he's going through that he's just letting us know, and everything got taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? And it's so lame.
Yeah, exactly. Just turn on a live stream and share whatever you
Exactly.
have.
Come on, man.
To tell others, tell army.
Yeah.
Because I'm just frustrated because of the reason that he felt this way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, another comment. This person wrote, he even said, RM even said himself, that the live stream might backfire on him. Yes,
Yep.
that's what he said in the midst of the live stream, right? But he still came because he wanted to speak honestly to fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, in just a few seconds, people threw away everything he said with sincerely, or people took a few seconds, a clip worth a few seconds out of context and threw away everything else he said.
I know a lot of people are going to get upset. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people are going to get upset at what I'm about to say. But a lot of people that left bad comments on the other video and have been army for longer than I have, and I got to get the point of what he was saying and understand what he was saying, but also now get the verification from someone like Hybe that he's saying what I literally said in that video and what my wife said in that video. It just makes me feel good, and we're on a perfectly right track. And I'm glad, honestly, that we uploaded that video and we literally expressed ourselves the way we wanted to, and we talked about it the way we wanted to, the way we do videos. You know what I'm saying? So I am so happy to see this, and I'm so happy that there's positive tweets like this, because it gives us more of a validation that we were not wrong in what we did, to be honest.
With sincerity and jumped in without knowing any context, treating it like a sport and insulting him non-stop just to get a dopamine hit. And
Horrible.
now they have made him say, "I'm sorry" again. It pisses me off.
I'm with him. Honestly, I'm with him. I don't think he should have apologized. Like I said, expressing yourself is not a bad thing. It's like some people have therapists, some people have their significant other, some people have friends. He has army, like, what's up with you guys, man? What's up with all this hate that's going on? It doesn't make sense.
This person wrote, Namjuna, I hope you know there are far more people who recognize your courage and your sincerity.
Absolutely.
Another person wrote, he came because he saw fans feeling hurt over various issues, and he wanted to share updates and talk through the thoughts that have been bouncing around in his head like he used to.
Right,
It's not like we're seeing Namjoon for the first time today, doing this today. I just hope people won't get hung up on that one word and completely miss the real reason he turned on that live.
Right.
And that one word, hyungchit, this guy used Hangul, like acronyms, referring to 해체, disbandment.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
남준,
Exactly. Oh my God. You know what? I'm proud of myself. I really am proud of myself. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of the way we made that video. And I'm sure we're going to get a lot more, you know, people that saying that we didn't understand what he was saying. In all actuality, they didn't understand what he was saying. In all actuality, you know, and it's more of a confirmation to me that we're doing the right thing, man. Because what?
was referring
That's
to the
crazy.
past, when BTS almost fell apart because of various issues and struggles
Mm-hmm.
and attacks and fatigue and burnout. But I guess that triggered a lot of people.
Crazy.
Uh, Another person wrote, RM님, I hope you won't regret going live. We understood what you were really trying to tell us. And
Yep.
honestly, a lot of people gained strength because of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Holy. Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because this shows that on a big stage, to be vulnerable like that, we get to see the backlash you get because of the clipping age. But at the same time, the real people that got to sit down and really listen and re listen, because I'm talking about us listening to the video, reacting to it, and then me taking the time to go to Hybe and check out his translation to everything that Namjoon said, gave me that confirmation like, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. At first I was like, wait, did we not understand this right? Like did the translations mislead us? But in all actuality, we really hit a lot of points that he even talked about in his video. So it was kind of like, wait, so did you guys not watch it? Or what's going on here? Like what happened here?
And yes, I really appreciated that he turned on live, right?
Yeah,
Guess what?
absolutely.
I was just frustrated while translating the live stream because there were people who forced him into saying that's not the right way to put it, because he felt this way. There were people who made him feel this way. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he was paying attention to those little voices complaining,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But the fact that he came alive, I was glad.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
always appreciate the things that he says, and
Mm-hmm.
the way he allows himself to be vulnerable publicly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Not a lot of people do that, even in our personal lives. Not a lot of people are vulnerable with each other. They don't express themselves, you know. And it's important, like I said, to let those feelings out. Especially, Army means a lot to all of these members, but especially, m- most likely, maybe not especially, but to all of them. Army means a lot to every single one of these members. So for them to take the time to literally give us their most vulnerable moments and their deepest thoughts, and for us to snatch that and be like, I'm gonna take this piece, it's crazy, unacceptable.
He's one of a kind, and
Hmm.
a lot of Korean army feel that way too. Namjoon, do not say sorry. Do not
Right.
apologize for being yourself.
Hmm.
Um, but nevertheless, he wrote this very gentle and nice message. Not sure what kinds of reactions and responses he saw online or heard offline in response to his live stream. Um, but that's what we have today. Now, one cute little moment was when, where is it? Jin's comment. Yes. Jin wrote a comment. Reply. 우리 남준이는 늘 응원해. I'm always cheering for you, our Namjoon, right? That was so sweet. And Namjoon himself wrote a response back. 아잉 김석진 최고. Kim you're the best. And here, aing means it is a cute, playful expression in Korean, right? It doesn't really have a literal English equivalent, but it's something people say when they're being like affectionate or shy in a cute way, or jokingly acting cute. So it gives off the vibe of like, aw, or like, you're too sweet, right? So RM is responding to Jin's warm message with a light, playful, soft reaction. And that reminded me of the moment when Taehyung wrote in the chat room during Namjoon's live stream, Namjoon Si, Mr. Namjoon. Not sure what he was trying to say, or whether he tried to jump in or calm him down. I don't think Namjoon saw his reply, but that reminds us of the fact that BTS members, they've got each other, right? Sometimes I see fans are too worried about the members. And two things. The members, BTS members, are stronger than we think. But at the same time, they're also weaker than we think. I think we have to acknowledge those two sides. You know what I'm saying? So, what I mean by the second point is that on the surface, people, these guys might look, okay and tough, but under the surface, they might be more vulnerable than we think. But at the same time, they're also stronger than we think, right? So we shouldn't be too worried. Do I even make sense? It kind of sounds.
He does make sense. He does make sense. You just need to understand that he's a human. It's literally that same consistent thing that I keep saying. He's a human being. He has emotions. He has things that he goes through day by day. If we're going through, let's say, a crazy pain today, and we got to get this done the next day, and then we got to go to work, and then we got to deal with our kids, and then we got to, all of those emotions are insane already. So for them to have this big comeback and just everybody talking about it, all eyes, it doesn't matter what eyes it is, everybody's looking towards them, because either one, they want to prove them wrong that they can't come back. Two, the ones that want them to come back, are gonna either be disappointed because of they didn't expect them to be this, which he did hit in that point. He said, now we're a little bit older, we're more mature, we're we don't know what the demographic is gonna think. So he was speaking a lot about different things when it comes to this kind of stuff. You just really had to watch the whole video to understand. But there's a lot of things that are weighing on his back, and not on top of that, not only that, the moment that I mentioned in that video, the scandal that's going on with a member with someone else and a dating rumor with Jungkook. The reason I say stuff like that is to update my wife on the type of backlash that they're still getting, even though there should be more focus on, hey, they're gonna come back, get more excited about it. No, in the process, as always, they're trying to tarnish their reputation in order to not have them come back in a strong way. They're trying everything possible to, to make them not be comfortable with themselves. So when I say things like that, it's not that I'm spreading those rumors. It's more so I'm just updating my wife on what is going on in the news, in the Korean news. So and it's like this. If it's happening in the world, it needs to be talked about, and it needs to be put down. Like the hammer needs to be put down on this channel and be like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what the culture is, and this is this and that. And we got to make sure we stamp it and be like, hey, regardless if it's true or not, because who cares if he's dating someone? And I'm going to be straight up and I'm going to keep saying that. Who cares? I do not give two F's if he's dating somebody. I really don't. So if someone, is upset because we're talking about something that they're talking about, it's like, don't be mad at us, man. If anything, we're just literally talking about it. So we're updated on what's going on and all of the stuff that they're still trying to pile on top of them in order for them not to come back stronger. And that is BS. That is straight BS, because at that point it's like they're really there's really so much hate for these guys. There's so much hate for these guys, and we need to make sure that we spread the positiveness. Even if we got to talk about the negative, the positive will always prevail. It doesn't matter. That we need to make that change. We need to stop hiding these things under the rug, and we need to stop telling, everybody like, "Hey, let's no." Someone is talking about them. Like someone said that about them. That's not true. And if it is, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Come on now, like they're grown men.
Paradoxical. At least it makes sense in my head. But yeah, the members got each other, and I think Jin knows exactly what he was doing when he wrote this comment. 우리 남준의 늘
Oh
응원.
yeah.
I always, or we always support you, 남준. Right. Now, speaking of V,
So there we go. That's all I wanted to see, and I wanted to kind of bring to light, because I feel like it's important. It's very important to get these points across. We need to understand that the clipping age is here. We need to understand that these little clips are going to surface, and it's going to be talked about, even by Army. As Hybe said himself, even Army is doing this. They're not understanding what he was doing. They're not understanding that as a leader, you're going to fall sometimes. You're going to feel weak at times. You're going to feel like you need to just express yourself. And who else can he go to other than the people, his 7 brothers? Obviously, he does, I'm sure. But he also goes to Army. He also talks to the people that he is very comfortable with. And for, even Army members not to have that understanding and I understand what he's trying to say or what he's feeling, or just the fact that he's ranting a little bit, let him rant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to take all of this and be like, oh my God, they're going to break up. Ah. No, they're not. They're really not. They're not. How many times have they said that they're not? I understand. It's probably gone through their mind. I get that. But at the end of the day, just like we just saw, Jin, V coming into the live, giving them those potted, that's what they do for each other. When they're feeling down, hey, let me give you some words of encouragement. Let me tell you, hey, I appreciate you, and encourage you to get back up into that leadership role, which in that video we got to see that after he spilled all of that, literally within the first like couple like minutes in, he started talking about how he's been working hard, he's been doing this, he's been doing that. Like, he literally picked himself back up in that live stream, if you guys didn't notice, and we talked about that. So with that being said, any assumptions that ever happen with if you guys feel we're doing we're not taking the time to do the research, or we're not watching somebody else and stuff like that, it's like we're gonna take these takes as we get them as public. You know what I'm saying? If let's Because I do go on Weverse on their lives, but I don't get to see the translation. Like I said in that video as well, that we go on their lives and we try to see what they're talking about, but they're obviously speaking in Korean, and I'm not gonna be one of the guys that's like, hey, speak English. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait for someone to translate it, even if it's YouTube. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna wait, and then once that happens, do a reaction. Probably watch a High Boy video before it. Maybe not. This one I didn't watch one before it. I watched it after. But I'm comfortable and glad to see that everything that he talked about in his personal video, we talked about in our video. So that gave me more of a confusion as to why there were so many comments, speaking on, oh, these guys are not going to understand, or they don't understand what he's talking about. It's like, what are you talking about? We literally talked about the same thing. And if we did it in a joking manner, it's because it applies to us in our personal lives. So, like I said, whenever we talk about anything on this channel, music related, live stream related, news related, we're going to implement what he's talking about to our personal lives, only because in that moment, we really, really felt what he was talking about. Like, truly felt what he was talking about. And I'm not going to shy away from being like, hey, you know what? I understand exactly what he's talking about. And I always say this as a disclaimer, it's not going to be to the caliber that he's in, but it's always going to be like, hey, I understand what he's talking about because we've been through stuff like that in our personal life. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I'm not going to apologize. And I don't think he should have apologized for what he said or did on that live stream. He was just being vulnerable. And I think we need to be okay with that. We need to make sure that these guys feel heard, feel like, hey, you know what? I understand. It's cool. Like, you said that, but we get it. We get the frustration. We get everything that's weighing on your back. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the type of person and the type of channel that this is gonna be. We're always gonna make sure we check out another Hybe Boy reaction or video, just because I want to make sure that if we do, a reaction to a live stream, I want to make sure that we actually, hit the right points, and we don't want to not get what the person is saying. So if we do ever say anything that he didn't say, or because the translation was bad, we, didn't understand it correctly, we will always run it back, do a Hybe Boy reaction if he allows it, and clear that up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's not fair that they go through stuff like this. So we need to always be that person, be the people that give that change, be the army that is positive, that is understanding, that is willing to listen, and is going to accept that change. So with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.